What up, guys? Miller's Railway Chronicles TV section, getting right into it. Sent to be a Hero, episode 8. Let's go. Multiple precursors kind of get us ready for episode 9. Like I already foretold, I think this is prepping us to have the really crazy end to the season. Climactic, if to say the least. We're gonna know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be some crazy shit. It's gonna explosions and fights out the ass and off the bat, meeting High Priest Marlin, knowing that's Kivia's uncle, who actually gave Xylo the floor in a room of people who felt like he's still a hero and we shouldn't trust him. Wonderful little flex moment with Kivia. Getting Dota's backstory finally, learning about his backstory, learning about him giving his arm up to a dragon who was hungry that helped him escape. Hearing how they keep treating people like Dota and Venetim and Xylo is really crazy. And the one story we really haven't gotten yet is Norgal's story, his story, or whoever our last guy we're gonna meet is from the end credits. But Dota's story was really interesting, where I think we need to learn more about what he knows because of that high priest, because of not the high priest, because of the prince that was asking for help and asking to be saved, and they didn't want to believe him. And I thought it was very interesting that the side next to the whoever we want to say is the one making the final judgment, the judge, if you would, of the royal fucking whatever they are, people to the left of him who were wanting Dota to be killed, and then him basically coming in and saying no, it's already been decided and it's final, and them not responding but feeling like that's an exact moment to kind of let you know they might be the ones that do not want demon blights or anything to get corrupted that they have in motion. And I felt like that was an immediate moment where they wanted to kill Dota and be done with it, probably the same way they wanted to just kill Xylo and be done with it. But somebody is saying to themselves, you guys have shown more than enough to be useful, and I don't believe you guys are all at fault. I'm hoping the people behind these masks, these curtains or whatever you see in front of their faces, aren't all pieces of shit. I sincerely am hoping that somebody in there actually has a heart. Yes, another little cute moment for me. I'm a guy who's a lover, certified lover boy. I love anime, I love relationships, and love being kind of at the forefront. A lot of anime wants to be like stupid about playing like second fiddle, or really disturbing about how much you're in love with somebody, and it can't be like a slow burn or obviously it's starting to form when you're starting to care about somebody. And in Kivia's case with Xylo, clearly she's fallen in love with this man. Clearly it's not some light conversation. And I love the comment, oh, what, you want to tell me that I look like a man again? And he was like, no, like a young noble woman with plenty of suitors, and just blew her away. And more a moment where she has to correct her composure and come back, but still a cute moment for me. If you guys have ever watched Black Clover with Yami and Charlotte, Prince whatever, Charlotte, who was also awesome with the roses, it was like the same kind of dynamic where Yami never paid any mind to her being in love with him, but he understood he could say things and get her flustered, the same way I feel like Xylo understands with Kivia. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna be really confused for a second with Shiji Bao and Bujum not really being partners, not really being on the same page with whoever they're talking to, who we don't know is important or not. That's a really weird dynamic. I don't know what he is, who he is. He's got the money, and clearly he's of noble stature or royal stature, one of those. So he's got a really good hand in probably some things that he wants to be done. And you saw him say, this is for my family. Who else laughed when you send out a bunch of little kids with knives? And you think that this isn't like captains and really badass people in Xylo, and even Frenzy, his fiance, who's not his fiance in his eyes but still is his fiance in real life, all sensing what was going on and saying you need to teach these kids a lesson. When Frenzy said it and punched that little boy in the face, so kneed him in the face, not even put him straight, just knee to his face, I said yes. Xylo straight up taking that boy out the air and just stopping him. You're like, listen, I don't know if that was his plan. For a second though, I did have a hesitation when he was just like, make sure none of them leave alive, like kill them all. I was for a second like, man, what, they got a really good plan and they're really trying to do something about it. Clearly the little kids aren't anything. It's got to be Shiji Bao and Bujum to come back, and whoever the other thing, or I can't think of the name, the other person he said to wake up just in case. I was like, oh, that's nice, because we haven't seen the little sis who had her sword pointed at Shiji Bao when she was talking about them trying to rile her up and force their hand almost to try to kill her, or whatever that was going to look like. Probably wasn't going to be good for him, but whoever this man is, I don't know what his true motives are, but it's more interesting to see Xylo and Kivia kind of understand they were in a trap, and then Frenzy kind of being there and knowing that like this really is going to happen, and she's saying it like, you really wanted to do this, and you see Xylo's, it's still a contradiction in the show, but you see his hero tendencies where, fuck it, we got to take care of getting one person, and at this point we got to kill all these people anyway. They're gonna try to kill us, so might as well kill two birds with one stone, if you would. And it's kind of a moment where you understand, because you're like, they all want to kill you, so they're all here and probably told they need to kill you before you leave. So yeah, it's probably going to be a real big battle, and I assume they're all going to survive. Don't know for sure. I assume it's going to get brutal for a moment. Some badass moments. I think Dota is way more underrated than we believe. Again, the last person we keep seeing in the trailer, like for the end of the outro of the show, whoever has the big old Gatling gun that he can carry and like he can possess. I'm wondering when he pops up. I would say he pops up probably either next episode or episode after next. This is episode 8, so I feel like episode 9 would be the best way to get him in there before the last little cower of the season. So I expect next episode to be off the bat crazy. Teorita is not with Xylo, and a part of me feels like she will get there. Jace said he would offer assistance if he had to, and Xylo said I needed Dota for a reason, and I get that, but I still think that this is kind of plugging in a moment where Jace is going to fly in with Teorita and help out the conversation, make it easier on Xylo, with Kivia already there and Frenzy hopefully being okay through that. But again, I still feel like him talking about finding Bujum at some bar or something, and he killed 10 adventurers by himself. What does that mean? That's not like a good thing. I feel like that's not really a flex you want to be proud of. It's more like, does that mean he can kill you whenever he wants? He's reading a book by a poet and he loves it and he wants to read more, which is cool. But Shiji Bao's over here talking like he's an imbecile, he doesn't know anything, he's gonna get me killed, he's gonna slow me down, and then being told to basically raise him. So that's immediate conflict, and I almost think immediately is Shiji Bao gonna turn to the other side and get frustrated about working for somebody who's so corrupt. But again, I feel like Bujum is a fucking demon blight. Even before Teorita said it in the last episode, the feeling of him getting lit on fire, being able to throw a slab of concrete out of the ground by just taking your arm and lifting it, that's not normal. That's 100% power. That's natural. Where'd you get it from? And then the statement again, I'm running out of blood. So he's sitting right there in a chair, much like I'm sitting in right now, my Victorian style. He's sitting in a chair like that, just reading a book. So what does he mean? I ran out of blood. I'm done for today. Do you just regenerate? Do you go and kill somebody and take the blood from them? What does that look like truly? Again, I'm in love with this anime. I have been a lover of anime since 2019 now, and man, it's cool to see an anime that could be an isekai, or it could be like a way too try hard anime, kind of hit the middle ground of making you feel like both. Getting a redemption arc for a lot of these people who are not bad people, and then kind of watching the explosion of really good fight scenes meeting really improbable moments. So I'm in love with Sins to Be a Hero. It is a great anime. Hope you guys are loving it the same way I am. Definitely think it's going to be nominated for new anime of the year, up and coming anime of the year. I don't know how you would name it, but I think it's going to be on that level like Kaiju number 8 has been, and Hell's Paradise has been in previous years, and JJK and Demon Slayer, and all on that right of just, we're hooked and we want to be here, we want to come back for it because it's just that fun to watch, and the characters are getting that much more just so intriguing for me to stay and want to learn more about. So yeah, next episode 9, we're gonna see how it goes. Shit's gonna hit the fan in some way or another. I anticipate some dramatic moment happening at the end. This show is not sugarcoated people dying or having to do what's necessary to move on for moments, so I don't expect them to pull any punches, honestly, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. So we'll be there next week. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. So, all right, guys, this has been Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles. I'm your Midwest Brown Boy, Jalen Brownford. Thank you so much for watching any of my videos. Like and subscribe. Come back, talk to me about what you guys think. Give me some comments. Give me some pointers, what you guys see. I love talking about music, movies, TV shows, sports, all of it. And I'll be back doing it as long as I want. So stay tuned for more anime talk, for sure. I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace and love always.